Okay, bro, welcome back to the new episode of Trading Exercise. So, I like to do this series on the weekend because on the weekends the stock market is closed. So, that means that we can then practice together uh, identifying different ICT confluences that I am using in my own strategy. So, that's why we have today's, it's Sunday, so we have episode 5, and we are going to identify order blocks. Okay, so what are order blocks? I know that it's very hard to understand and identify what order blocks are, but I found out a simple and repeatable explanation what order blocks are and how to easily identify them. Okay, so let's go together now and draw an bearish trend, for example. So what order block essentially is, for example, when we have a liquidity sweep. Okay, so right now here we have liquidity sweep, and then we have break of structure. Okay, so here we have break of structure. So what is actually an order block? An order block is that move down, okay, that caused the liquidity sweep, because at this point in the price chart the banks were pushing the price lower artificially so that they could fill their massive orders and then reverse the price into their own direction, that they want to push the price higher, okay, because they want to sweep liquidity here, here, and so on and so on. Okay, so what is essentially an order block is that we take a look at the candles where liquidity sweep happened. Okay, so this is basically the high, and then this here is the candle that closed above the high. Okay, so we take all of the candles between those two candles and we mark the lowest candle, which then becomes an order block. Okay, so here the price will then go back into the order block and then push higher and higher and higher and higher. Okay, and then the same thing will also happen from bullish scenario to a bearish one. So we will push the price higher, we will sweep all of this liquidity right now here, then the price will go lower, we will close below that particular low. Okay, so then we take that low and the candle that closed below the low, and then we take a look at all of those candles, and the highest candle becomes an order block. Okay, so then the price will essentially come higher and higher into the order block, and then lower and lower and lower and lower. Okay, so now that we have the theory, let's go to practice. So here we are on 4 hour chart, okay, of Australian dollar and Canadian dollar, and let's identify a couple of order blocks. Okay, so what do we need for that? We have, or actually right now here we have liquidity sweep. Okay, and then what do we need? We need a break of structure. So we have break of structure right now here, and take a look at the candles that are between the break of structure. Okay, so we have this candle and this candle. Okay, so between those two candles, which is the lowest candle that we have? It's this one. Okay, so this becomes an order block, but you can see here that the price didn't go into the order block, but instead just continued higher and higher. So maybe it touched equilibrium. Yes, you see, it touched equilibrium in this case, and then it continued higher and higher and higher. Okay, so what do we have here? For example, here we have a liquidity sweep. Okay, so then we need a break of structure. Where do we have break of structure? We have break of structure right now here with this huge ass candle. So then what is then the break of structure candles between those two? Well, it's actually just this white candle and the black candle. Okay, so in this case the white candle is the highest one. Okay, so it becomes our order block, and you can see that the price perfectly came into the order block and then continued lower. Okay, then what do we have afterwards? Afterwards we have a liquidity sweep over here. and also swing low, okay? So we sweep both of them actually, okay? And then where do we have break of structure? We have break of structure right now here with that white candle. So which are the candles between the break of structure? We have, it's this one, okay, this high, and this candle that broke the structure. So in this case, we take a look at the lowest candle, which is the lowest one. We take a look at the wicks as well, okay? So it's this black candle, and you can see that the price perfectly came into the order block and then continued higher and higher and higher, okay? Oops, sorry. It continued higher and higher and higher, okay? So what do we have afterwards? For example, here we have a liquidity sweep, all right? Then where do we have break of structure? We have break of structure here with this black candle, okay? So then what do we take a look? We take a look at the candles between the break of structure. So we have this one, and we have, oops, sorry, and we have this one, okay? So which is the highest candle between those three candles? It's actually, wait, yeah, it's this one. But in this case, you can see that the price didn't come into order block, okay? So it just continued lower and lower and lower, okay? But instead, what do we have here? Here we have a liquidity sweep, okay? Then we have break of structure right now here with this white candle. So we take a look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles, okay, between the break of structure. Which one is the lowest one? It's this one. And you can see that the price didn't come into the order block, but instead continued higher and higher and higher, okay? Then do we have a order block touch here, okay? Let's take a look. We have break of structure, sorry, we have liquidity sweep, then we have break of structure, okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. Which one is the lowest out of those two candles? You can see that the lowest wick is right now here. So this candle represents an order block, and you can see here that the price perfectly touched order block, okay? Wait, let me zoom it out for you. You see it touched order block here with this little wick, and then the price continued higher, okay? Then what do we have furthermore? We have a liquidity sweep right now here, okay? Then where do we have break of structure? With, sorry, we have break of structure with this black candle. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, okay? This black candle's wick is the highest point in this break of structure, okay? So we are actually looking at those candles right now here. So where do we have order block is the highest candle, okay? And you can see then that after break of structure, the price came into the order block and continued lower, okay? Then here it also touched a little bit of order block, you see, and then it had a couple of moves down, okay? Now this is 4-hour chart, so on lower time frames, of course, I'm sure you can find nice entries, okay? So that's basically it with order blocks, okay? So order blocks are not hard. So first you have to identify liquidity sweep, then break of structure, and then you take a look at the highest or the lowest candle out of those break of structures, okay? And this highest or lowest candle actually becomes your order block, okay? Now at this point, I also invite you to join my Discord server, okay? So we have trading analysis, for example. We have trading breakdowns when I do the trades. Here you can see now you can also post your own trades, you know. We also have self-improvement. Basically, it's trading and self-improvement Discord channel because Discord server, because our movement is to become better traders and stronger men, okay? So better traders, of course, with trading, and stronger men with self-improvement. So if you like this concept, sorry for that. If you like this concept, feel free to join and subscribe to my channel. Do the hard work, bro, and see you on top of the world.